Relisha Rudd.
Family members, police, and neighbors are looking to fill by continuing to search for Relisha Rudd.
We have 8-year-old Relisha Rudd, who disappeared a year ago.
Relisha Rudd, missing for 3 years now.
Relisha Rudd has now been missing for 6 years.
The search for Relisha Rudd hasn't stopped.
A little girl whose face we all became familiar with and who has not yet been found.
Where could you be?
Came across Relisha Rudd, it tugged right into my spirit because there was so many people involved with no answers, no responses.
Normally we get the little warning signals about rain and storms, but when the hammer alert comes, you don't really know what to say or think on that type of terms. But I don't know, it was crazy.
On Wednesday, February 26, 2014, 8-year-old Relisha Rudd was last seen on a hotel surveillance video with a man. This man, someone Relisha and her family was familiar with, Khalil Tatum. He was a staff member, a janitor at a homeless shelter where Relisha and her family lived, DC General. Tatum developed a special bond with Relisha, spending a lot of quality time and money. He was someone that Relisha and her family trusted. How did something that seemed so innocent turn out to be such a tragic mystery?
My name is S. Monique Smith, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at RE Harrington Plumbing and Heating, but I'm also an advocate for missing children and a spokesperson for human trafficking. I'm a product of a child abduction at the age of 1. I did not find my true identity until the age of 53. So I was missing for over 50 years. You know, there's so many statistics out here, so many variables of why a child goes missing. It could be, through a loved one. It could be a custodial parent, issue or co-parenting issue. Neglect is really hard to say. But with Relisha, again, she was basically in her own environment, in her home, with her mom, with her stepdad, her siblings, her grandparents, in school, all the important components that would kind of keep someone safe, you would think. So that really just stuck out to me because it makes every single child vulnerable.
The environment in which a child lives plays a critical part and a critical role in how a child is going to grow and going to mature safely. You need to provide a secure environment in which they feel safe and can develop confidence. More importantly, in order for the mental, physical, and social well-being and psychological well-being, they need to be surrounded by people that can uplift them, provide them adequate nutrition, provide them the ability to get health resources when needed, get the appropriate education, but more importantly, some good role models to be able to teach them life's critical lessons as they grow up.
Relisha Rudd had over 30 excused absences from school. Her mother, Shamika Young, and grandmother, Melissa Young, were sending excuse notes from someone by the name of Dr. Tatum. The school social worker working on Relisha Rudd's case, LeBone Workman, has set up multiple calls to talk to this Dr. Tatum. Workman decided to investigate and go down to DC General to talk to Dr. Tatum himself, and soon came to the realization that there was no Dr. Tatum. But there was a janitor, Khalil Tatum.
There's always going to be some kind of way something's going to fall through the crack, and unfortunately every single area something fell through the crack. And red flag, you have a custodial individual working in a shelter and staff members, other tenants. No one caught on that he was having a small relationship with the mother, a bigger relationship with the child, coming and going freely. Again, that would have been what normally would be a red flag. But then when you have mentorship and you have people who are in need, the normalcy is a little bit different. The most important red flag you would think would be of the mother having a custodial person, janitor, building a relationship with your child. But since it was not a red flag to her, it made it easy for him to conduct and move how he was able to move freely. And I'm talking from her home to her grandparents' home, to the center itself, to the school, to the hotel, to other engagements. And these are all facts of areas that he was being able to attend freely with her, even his own home.
For 3 weeks, did you say to yourself, where is she? Is she with Tatum? Did you call the school? Did anything come to mind during that period of time?
I wasn't under the impression that she was missing. I didn't want to lose my other 3 kids. That's why I didn't call the police.
Relisha Rudd was officially missing for 18 days with no excuses before her Amber Alert was issued. In the search for Relisha Rudd, officers were led to a Red Roof Inn in Prince George's County, Maryland on March 20th, 2014, finding a lady shot to death, which soon came out to be Andrea Tatum, Khalil Tatum's wife. On April 1st, 2014, it was confirmed by the Metropolitan Police Department that Khalil Tatum was found deceased in an area of Kennewick Park in Northeast D.C. It has been said that the cause of death was suicide.
As we all grow in the media age and the social media age and learn to appreciate news and read more and definitely are more educated and informed about the processes of law, naturally we always want to definitely appreciate those that are always trying their best to protect, serve, but also help us find the appropriate children whenever they are lost. But I think what is wrong is ideally, first and foremost, as a family member and caretaker provider, there should have been immediate and should have been very, very quick and rapid responses to any missing child. And I think possibly a delay in reporting a child missing might have contributed to possibly finding the poor girl alive before things took a turn for the worse.
You can't think to yourself like my kid is missing or, for 2 whole weeks and you don't know nothing about it. There's not no real truth but the truth. There's not no lie you can cover up for that. We got people that's, specialists for this, they get in, detectives and all that, but as people, we come to our own thought process of this, man. I feel like, she knew. She might have known of past experience of this type of behavior about this man, but I don't know.
In October 2017, Relisha Rudd family had an appearance on the Steve Wilkos Show. Her stepfather, Antonio Willer, and grandmother, Melissa Young, took a lie detector test, being found innocent and not having anything to do with the disappearance of Relisha Rudd. However, Relisha's mother, Shamika Young, refused to take the lie detector test. In 2021, Antonio Willer and Shamika Young returned back to the Steve Wilkos Show with an update on the case, where Shamika Young still refused to participate in the lie detector test.
I feel that her not taking the lie detector test, it's clear that she has some idea of what happened. You would want to clear your name, you would want more resources to be made available to your family in an attempt to search for her further, and definitely to bring closure. So her denying that is a key piece. It's a key piece. It almost shows that there's a huge level of accountability to her disappearance with the role of her mother.
The weight make people forget.
Missing children are not dead.
People don't care about it no more.
But when you get people whose hearts are led, like yourself, to continue looking for missing children and individuals, it actually happens. So I do feel that there's a chance that she is still alive.
It has now been 9 years with the disappearance of Relisha Rudd, and she has still not been found. If you have any information on this case, please call 911 or the Metropolitan Police Department Command Information Center at 202-427-9099.